time it is, Batman?
Yeah, it's like 4 o'clock.
No, it's tea time!
Hey guys, welcome to Tea Time. This is going to be a series where I just sit in front of the camera and kind of talk about some ideas I've been thinking about and what I've learned recently. This video is going to be about how to bulk and some of the principles I've learned and just some helpful tips. Holy should let that cool first. So the basic of bulking is just eating more, getting the extra calories in. People usually go about this in two ways: a dirty bulk and a clean bulk. Dirty bulk is just eating whatever you want in order to get the additional calories in to grow. This usually ends up with excess fat, and why most people have to cut back really hard to burn that extra fat. But with a clean bulk, you'll gain the muscle weight, but without as much fat, although it is a lot harder to get clean foods in. I'm more of a fan of a clean bulk, which is still eating healthy, but you gotta eat a lot more. With the dirty bulk, you can eat a lot more calorically dense foods as opposed to a clean bulk, which usually you want to stay around whole foods, natural, but this doesn't necessarily mean less calories. So I have 5 main points I want to reach, and it's going to start off with my first tip, which is just adding another meal to your day. So when you're bulking, you're trying to eat more in order to gain weight. I went from 185 to around 173 now, and it was a little disappointing. My goal recently has been to reach 200 pounds. Normally, I've been under my recommended calorie intake to be gaining weight. So that's been kind of slowing me down and why I went from 185 to 173. So what I've been doing is adding another meal to my day. This gives me around 500 to 800 calories that I need to be gaining that extra weight. Also, by adding another meal, you're able to keep the percentage of your proteins, fats, and carbs. So for the percentages of your macronutrients you should get a day, 10 to 25% should be protein, 20 to 35 should be fat, and 45 to 65% of your calories should come from carbs. By adding another meal, you can add more calories without disrupting the percentage of your macronutrients you get in a day. So I got kind of annoyed by holding the mic by the clip, so I clipped it onto a pencil, and I kind of feel like Bob Barker right now. So back to what I was saying. For the second tip, it's to get used to feeling full. When you're trying to lose weight, you cut back on foods, and for the most part, most diets say that you need to get used to feeling hungry. For bulking, it's the opposite. You want to get used to feeling full. And it does feel kind of gross at first because you're making yourself eat when you aren't hungry, and your body's telling you that I don't need any more calories. To get used to this, I have dedicated times where I usually eat my meals. Number 3 is adding a protein shake. A shake has been a staple of my diet for years. I've learned it from my dad. He used to always make shakes in the morning before he went to work, and I kind of picked up on that. And it's always been a great post-workout drink. I make my shakes by getting a blender, throwing protein powder, usually some berries, banana, almond milk, and then any other kinds of extra nutrient foods I want to put in there to just increase the overall nutrient density of the shake. If you don't have a blender, an easy fix for this is to get one of those blender bottles. They're usually like $10. You could probably get them for free if you sign up for something, honestly. But what you could do is just mix milk, almond milk, whatever your choice of liquid is, and protein powder, and it's a great substitute for a protein shake. For tip number 4, it's don't pick low-calorie foods. When you diet, you want to pick the low-calorie versions of your normal meals because they taste relatively the same, maybe a little healthy. Also, some great foods to pick out are protein-heavy snacks. My 5th tip is double your portions. So normally, if you ate, let's say, a 6-ounce steak, a cup of mashed potatoes, and a cup of broccoli, so just double all that. So you have a 12-ounce steak, or 2 6-ounce steaks, 2 cups of broccoli, and 2 cups of mashed potatoes. This way, you're still keeping your normal percentages of nutrients, and you get more calories with it. And my 6th tip is probably the most important, whether you're bulking or dieting, and that's to track your food. By just starting to track your food, you'll see results very quickly, as you're able to see what your baseline caloric intake is, and then you could adjust later on. So if you're under by 500 calories, you know you just need to add 500 more calories of food to your diet. And then you could split that up among the percentages of macronutrients. And there's an old famous quote that goes, "What isn't tracked doesn't improve." This is because what you don't track, you can't make improvements on because you don't know where your baseline's at. So those were just a couple tips of what I've learned from bulking. I hope it helps some of you guys out. If you don't mind, dropping a like if you enjoyed this video, and put some of your bulking tips in the comment section below. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss another video.